What is this? Why am I a third person? Why am I two people?
I don't know.
Ed, get rid of me. Starting the recording.
What's up, bitches? World 1-1 Podcast is back. I am your host, as always, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me is my ever-present, effervescent sidekick, Eddie Magic Head V.
Somehow I'm a go robot.
Yeah, Skype says you're a robot. At least Skype turned you into a robot. We'll leave it at that. And back from the dead is our partner in crime, Corey, in Ultra High Def Derek.
I'm back. I'm here. I'm everywhere. And I'm wearing red, and I don't know why I'm singing the song. Hey, guys.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Actually, I'd say if anybody's back from the dead, it's me. I spent 3 weeks dying of the fucking plague, and I finally managed to kick it. I don't have the physical energy or strength back, but I'm not, sick anymore, at least. Dude, I'm not shitting you. I've been to the ER 3 times in the last 3 weeks. It was awful.
That is true.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking fantastic.
Sounds like you're making some new friends.
Clearly. I've got a new, club card that they stamp every time I go. Every 10th visit is free.
Dang. That's a shame.
Oh, God. So, what the hell has everybody been playing? Corey, what have you been playing for the last, month and a half since you vanished off the face of the earth?
What have I been playing? Well, let's start with recently since it's the most exciting. I've been playing this little game on Switch called Celeste. Now, let me tell you about Celeste.
Sell me on this, because I'm okay with, the Meat Boy style, tough as nails platformer things, but I don't know that I care enough to spend $20 on it. Sell me on this. Why do I give $20 worth of a shit?
Do you like good storytelling?
I do. What the hell is it about?
It's about a girl named Madeline who has some inner demons, and she is climbing the mountain Celeste to repent for her past sins. And that's where the gameplay loop comes in. But along the way, you meet some interesting characters that every time you meet one of them, you can talk to them and have conversations with them, and then they teach you a little bit about Madeline as a character. And as of just now, I found a demon version of Madeline who tries to kill me while I'm trying to climb this mountain. So that's fun. But honestly, if you like the tough as nails, hard platforming games that just, it's instant respawns. It's not like it's loading you every time you die or anything. It's
right. Even still, it's one of those things I've got to be in the exact right mood for.
Right.
I own Meat Boy. I've played a bunch of it. It's not something that I am quick to pick up and play. I have to have been playing something that makes me go, man, this fucking reminds me, I really want to play Meat Boy now. And then go play Meat Boy. Meat Boy is never just a thing that I go, I'm going to play some Meat Boy.
Yeah. It reminds me of Super Meat Boy, to the T. If you like Super Meat Boy, you're going to like this game. If you don't like Super Meat Boy at all, you're not going to like this game. And if you're somewhere in the middle, you could go either way on it.
See, and that's where I'm at. I'm somewhere in the middle with it. Like, I'm not super drawn to that style of game, but I'm not horridly opposed to it. It's just, it's middling for me, and I really think like a demo would go a long ways towards making up my mind.
Yeah, I wish, a lot of games do it in the eShop, but I wish Nintendo did what Xbox 360 did and made all their indies have demos. Or
Yeah.
at least have a lot of their games have demos, because like I feel like that would sell you on a lot more games. Where like I've downloaded a few demos, and let me tell you, I've bought in some games that had the demos, and the demos also turned me off of the game. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, the demos that I found of games that I didn't even know existed on the eShop, I've bought in two of them. So
Yeah, you can actually like filter your search to just search for games on the eShop with demos.
But
mhm.
that's
And
still that's
download all the demos.
that's PlayStation Network also, because they got away from demos.
That's been like everybody.
Yeah, everybody's
And
really
it's
gotten away
nice
from
to
demos.
see that at least Nintendo is bringing some of that back. I'm with you. I wish it was like uniformly implemented the way that it was with the 360 back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's,
I mean, this is an
I
indie.
don't
This
know.
is an indie title, so there's been more indie. I think Switch probably has more indie demos than any console out right now, besides Xbox
Oh,
One
yeah.
and PS4.
what was the
Uh,
last Xbox One demo or PS4 demo that you downloaded?
I
Sure,
don't
think
remember.
about it.
Let's see, did the game already come out? Because they put the demo after the game like came out like a 3 weeks
Yeah,
or
I
so.
think Wolfenstein 2 was the last demo I think I downloaded, but it's only like the demo came out after the game. So,
Right.
That's so weird. I mean, at least they put something out. But yeah, that's fucking weird. Seriously, you'd think they'd want to like get you on board the fucking hype train, but whatever.
Yeah.
So-
But I'm really enjoying Celeste because I love Super
Good.
Meat Boy. And by the way, playing Super Meat Boy 2, and then I bought Celeste, and now every time I play Super Meat Boy, I'm using this. And guess what? There's no dash in Super Meat Boy, and it really messes you up when you're trying to do a long jump, and you're like, oh crap, I don't have a dash, and then you get caught in some fans and you die. But one game that does have a demo, and I bought because I played the demo a while ago, and this game it's called Lumo, and it's $20 on the eShop. But imagine if Captain Toad, but all the levels were put together by long hallways, and there's backtracking like Metroid.
Okay, so there's a demo for that I need to go check out apparently.
Yes.
Okay.
Lumo is great.
Yeah.
Lumo, there's a physical copy I saw when I was like looking at stuff like upcoming Switch games probably like 3 months ago, and I saw this game and they had the box art there, and I like checked out the game based off the box art.
Okay.
And like, which is like kind of not really what I do, but that box art looked really cool. It just had this like purple night sky and this little wizard on like with this little book, and like I was like,
there's
oh.
something to be said for good box art though. I mean, seriously. Like it's like any good book, honestly. There really is something to be said for you've got to grab somebody's attention somehow, and obviously if the cover's the first thing they're going to see, then make it fucking interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
for Lumo, PS4 was the only physical one out. So
Yeah, and I was thinking about getting the physical copy of this game, which I still might, just because like I enjoy this game a lot. But it was on sale like two weeks ago. When did I get that game, Ed? Like 2 weeks
2
ago.
weeks ago, yeah.
And it was like $12, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna download it. I'm just gonna get it and then try it out. And you know what? If it's like, I mean, $12 is a lot of money, but it's not like a lot in terms of games and stuff. So I'm like, I'll just get it, and I ended up falling in love with it, and it's really good. I'm in this weird spot where like the game starts out in like this castle dungeon, but I found an elevator up to this different level of the world, and now I'm in like this weird. Imagine Tron if everything was yellow building blocks.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it. And in Daft Punk, you're at like this weird Daft Punk took over the Matrix or something. I was like, oh, this is not where I was expecting this game to go, but it was really cool.
Oh.
It's definitely recommend it if you're into Captain Toad at all. It's not as complicated as Captain Toad. It's a very simplified version of Captain Toad, but and you can jump. So
Okay.
but it's really cool. I definitely recommend you try it out. There's a demo on the eShop. I definitely recommend. At least there was. I don't know if there is now, but I don't think they take demos off. So
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anybody's fighting for shelf space. So
yeah. But the only other really big game I've been big game I've been playing is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Ever since they showed the Donkey Kong DLC and the Direct Mini, I was like, maybe I should get back to that because that Donkey Kong stuff seems cool.
yeah.
So, but that's about it.
Nice. It's a hearty plate full of stuff.
Yeah.
So
But mostly really trying to A+ all the levels in Meat Boy and play Celeste now. Celeste is like if you like the tough platformers like Meat Boy, man, Celeste is good.
I almost bought Meat Boy again for my Switch, and I just thought to myself, I'm not going to get my money's worth out of this. I would literally just be buying it because I already own it, and then I could own it on Switch and almost never play it.
Fair.
And
I mean,
I
own it
had
on
to
PS4
I had to
also.
resist the urge because it was like a fucking compulsion. It was. I almost just immediately slammed the button. I'm like, no, why am I buying this? What is fucking wrong with me? I chalked it up to the fact that I've been sick and I wasn't thinking straight. So I'm still not entirely thinking straight. I'm just not sick. Now I'm just recovering. Which, by the way, I want to apologize to anybody that listened to the last episode that we put out because I didn't catch it until I was editing. I did not realize how fucking awful I sounded. And I'm really sorry about that. I was just in the throes of death. So I humbly apologize. I know I sounded like I didn't give two shits, and that's almost true. I gave a shit, but not two. I didn't have two shits to give.
Just as long as it wasn't in your pants, Larry.
So, no, it's the emotional shit that I give all of our listeners on a hopefully back to regular basis. I've looked at those dates and holy crap, we have been sporadic since December.
It's all right. We're back. We're
routine, everybody. Cheers.
Woo!
So, anyways, Eddie, what have you been playing? Talk to me about stuff.
So, I'm going to get the PS4 out the way because I haven't played my Xbox in a while due to the fact I was been doing PS4 and Switch a lot. Played Uncharted: The Lost Legacy and beat it within 2 days. Really good game. Surprisingly, it's really good. Is it worth $40? No, it's worth $20 because it still have the problems that an Uncharted game has. But this one is kind of easier to get into and enjoy.
Are those problems objectively problems, or are they just things that you personally don't like, but most people that like Uncharted do?
It's one of those, this game needs editing. Uncharted just seems to draw stuff out to make it longer. It's some of the shooting is still a problem where it takes almost 85 bullets to kill an enemy. There's some points in the game that give you no direction, so you really don't know where to jump or where to land at. There's some bugs that when you do something, it'll do it, but it's supposed to do something else after it, and it just never do. So if you end up dying, then it'll reset the game, and then it'll do what it should have done in the first place. So, I mean, it has those kind of bugs. It has a little bit of some glitches because you still can get stuck in some things. It looks beautiful, as always. Naughty Dog put some real good work in this one. I would say it's better than Uncharted 4, but still the editing where it's the point that, okay, this feels thrown together and you're drawing it out. They're trying to make it feel more cinematic, but because of your bad controls when it comes to driving and what you're supposed to do, there's just some unnecessary stuff. 'Cause like there's a part in it where you have to do this kind of train level, and it reminds you of Uncharted 2, and it's just like, this is just way too long. And but I enjoyed it. It was fun. Like I said, it's not worth $40. I say it's worth maybe $20. But yeah, I beat it in 2 days and put in it's like 8 hours worth of gameplay.
If it's on sale for $30, would you justify it?
No.
All right, so hardline at $20.
Hardline at $20.
Okay, that's fair.
Because if you, I got it for $20 because I got it for Black Friday. So I got it on sale, but I wasn't gonna pay $40.
Right.
That's about $10 or $20 cheaper than the main game itself.
Yeah.
So, that's why I was just like, I can understand why it's that point, but not with all these problems should it be worth this much. So, enjoyed that. Jumped into Yakuza 0, getting further into that and enjoying that game. It's just so fun, doing those missions and beating the folks up. So that's kind of my next PS4 game that I'm gonna try to finish. But just working on my backlog.
I heard they're coming out with a prequel to that called Yakuza -1.
They probably already have one. On Sega. So
Yakuza 00.
That's Infinity.
The beginning of the beginning.
Right. How the group all came together. So on my Switch, been playing Graceful Explosion Machine. On the third world, I almost got everything beaten, so I only got like 17 levels left. I got still the world 4 to unlock, and then all the 7 levels left for world 3. The game is getting really good, and I love the fact that in this third world they throw more monsters at you. So now you have a point to actually really do better combos, and get your score points up.
It's gonna get tough.
And you know what? I enjoy every challenge because I unlocked both of the last challenging worlds where it's like that work thing that has to open. I already beat it for 1 or 2.
They're endurance stages.
Yeah, actually, with the levels now, I kind of don't even worry about the score anymore. It's the fun fact that I'm being challenged, and how do I get out of situations, or how do I dodge? Because when you get later on in the levels, that turbo, going the dash to get through enemies,
that shit is crucial.
It's your best friend.
I want your input on this, by the way, because I had this feeling playing it when it first came out, and I believe it or not, I revisited it briefly yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was showing it to a friend. Does this game not feel like your ship moves like it's fucking underwater?
No.
It feels like there's just fluid resistance to me. It doesn't feel snappy like Gradius or R-Type does.
Actually, it feels tight, because when you're dashing and you turn over, it gives you that precise it gives you that precise feeling that when you turn over, you're ready to attack. So now you know how to defend and strategize everywhere. Cause since you're constantly moving around, you need tight position. If you was going to do anything
I'm not saying the
underwater,
controls aren't tight. I'm just saying it doesn't feel
it's when you do
it doesn't feel fast.
Well, it doesn't need to feel fast because when you do underwater, it's a little bit slower. And sometimes
right, and that's what I'm talking about. It feels slower. It feels like I'm trying to move through water or push through liquid.
Actually, no. It doesn't feel like that because when you get to that third level, like I said, using that dash, you want something very precise because if it went faster, you're going to get hit by other enemies. And so that's
Pro tip, by the way,
huh?
since you're just getting into this, you mentioned, the spinning your ship around.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, you can keep firing while your ship is spinning around, which means you can fire up and down that way too.
Yeah, but for me personally, because the way that I'm at the top and just float and just moving backwards, they all will follow me. And sometimes the enemy has enough area for me to get through. So even before it hits me, I'm already through, and I could just dash back. And usually by the time I stop, or if enemies get close to me, I do like my sword that circles my ship. Yeah. So, like, I'm paying attention.
I was just curious how you felt about the movement. Because like I said, that's just something that stuck out to me a lot when I was playing it because, it's this game that presents like you're in space, but it doesn't feel like moving in space. It feels like moving underwater to me personally.
Yeah, to me it does it. Like the thing with R-Type and even like something like Axley or something where you're used to getting a power up force speed to make your ship faster. It doesn't have none of this in Graceful Explosion Machine. Now it might seem like that when you're in World 1 or World 2 because you're not fighting a lot. You're not fighting a lot of enemies like you are in 3. So your dash and like a lot of your other special moves and bullets and stuff really don't play a part. Where in World 3, you're getting so many enemies thrown at you so that you got to use your special, which uses your power thing. You got to quickly like get that power level back up so you could keep that balance going.
Yeah.
So, just really enjoying that. Play more Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Keep calling it X.
You were calling it Xenosaga last week.
Shoot, compared to when I called Dragon Quest, Dragon Ball Quest.
Eventually he's going to call it Xenogears.
I did that already too. So, getting further into that, enjoying that game. I think I'm gonna try to get my characters to level 80 before like I finish the game because I'm literally like 50 levels more to go, and I'm only like on chapter 4, so I got like 6 more chapters to do stuff. So getting more into that, and then I ordered my copy of Lost Sphere, and it came in, and I started it up, and it's really good.
How is it?
It's really good. It reminds you of Iron Setsuna and Chrono Trigger, but it does something a little bit different. When in Chrono Trigger, you made your attack, you made that beeline for that enemy or whatever was closer to you. In Lost Sphere, you can actually move your character around to different enemies, like physically move them, and then make your decision on attack. So the characters that I got now, 2 of them could do melee, and the other 2 could do like far away distance attack. Like one of them got like this kind of laser, and another person has like arrows. So your characters you start with is Kanata, Lamina, and Locke, and then you meet a person named Van, and everything is completed in the world, and you kind of see, what's going on. But when you leave this area after collecting some fish, you start seeing pieces of the land gone, and you're like, what the world is going on? And then it goes into there. It then explains on how everything comes back and how you, as the main character, can help restore the memories of the land. So it's getting really good, very interesting to play. The Iron Setsuna comes in as gameplay where it kind of teaches you, like, if you see this blue ball that comes to you, you press this button at the right time and they'll do a special attack almost, and it'll help you do more damage. And that's kind of in Iron Setsuna where before you attack there's a white light, and if you press the button at the right time, it'll do extra damage. It really feels like they kind of reskin Iron Setsuna in a sense. But I gotta play more of Iron Setsuna on PS4, and I gotta play more of this on Switch. But that's pretty much what I've been playing. And Dragon Quest, Monster Hunter Stories I've been playing on 3DS, getting a little bit further in that. This weekend, I'll be picking up Monster Hunter World for Xbox One and PS4, so I'll be able to jump into that and give more discussion about that. Heard that a lot of PS4, I guess, had its online down for a while, so people couldn't play it. But from what other people show, they've been showing more of what they've been doing with their share on PS4. So kind of interested to see. And boy, I seen the loading problems on that game.
Dude, I had a friend of mine tell me that the English voice acting was horrible.
That I didn't know.
Apparently, like the voice dubbing just comes nowhere near to syncing up with the mouth movements at all. Apparently it just looks like a horribly dubbed, like, old school Japanese Godzilla movie.
Oh wow. I know there's a guy
named, I'm just picturing, little Japanese men running around going, "Oh no, Ikagera."
I know there's a guy named Gaijin Hunter. He has a YouTube series of Monster Hunter, and he showcased PS4 Pro HDD, I guess, when it's just like on a hard drive, like the regular PS4. And I guess he has installed a SSD or SDD or something like that.
Solid state drive, yeah.
Okay. So on the Pro, it takes, he was about to start a quest. It took a minute for him to load. On the SDD, or SSD, it only did it in 6 seconds. And he showed the video on it. He then showed the same video, but added the Xbox One X. So the SSD was quicker, Xbox One X was second, and Pro was still loading. And I was just like,
solid state drive is always going to be faster. It's due to the nature of the way that it's designed. Like a regular hard drive is, a magnetic disc that spins and you read it.
Yeah.
Solid state drive doesn't have that. There's no moving parts.
So that's just
think like a giant flash drive, basically.
That's something that you have to install, right?
Right. It's like I said, they're not cheap either. That's why you can get huge, terabyte hard drives for the same price as you can get a solid state drive that's maybe a quarter of that storage capacity.
Okay. Because I was just trying to, when I'm like SSD, for some reason I couldn't think of it. I'm just like, what is SSD? And I just couldn't think of it. Yeah, he said
the data retrieval time on those is infinitely faster than a regular hard drive, but it's way more expensive.
No, and I don't know. I think he was playing it off the disc. But
that's
from what I hear, even with the digital version, it's still that 1 minute loading time. They was just like the loading time is like very problematic, and I'm just like, well, this is weird.
Well, and again, depending, especially with digital, depending on what kind of hard drive or what kind of drive it's stored on, is going to at least in part determine how fast it can load. Because is it having to spin and read, or can it instantly grab the information from a solid state? So,
and it's weird that Celeste is actually beating Monster Hunter in reviews. Like Celeste already got like 2 10s, and Monster Hunter got like 9s and 9.5. So that's kind of very interesting. So, but yeah, that's what I've been playing. I hope I'll be playing Monster Hunter And the reason like I said, that I'm getting it for both systems because I want to play with different people online who's in the community for NGR. So we're gonna do PS4 players and Xbox One players, and having fun.
Right on. Well, let's see. What all have I been digging into? Played a little bit more of Dead Synchronicity, and I didn't make a whole lot of progress, but I still really love listening to the guy next to the trash fire talk, because whoever they hired to do that, get that dude's voice is amazing. Somebody give that dude an Oscar. Like, this guy hardcore gave a shit about this role. It shows in the difference between his voice acting and everybody else. It's magnificent. It's kind of like how it's like going back and watching Street Fighter. Everybody in that movie just did not give a fuck except Raul Julia. It's that kind of difference almost.
Wow.
But I want the guy that played the homeless man next to the trash fire to voice everything from now on.
Is he like overacting or
Almost, but not quite. It's just up to the line and it's perfect. It's so perfect. I do like the art style too, though. The art style really has something that should be said for it. It's very distinct. I can't say that it reminds me of anything else in particular, but it is very standout and unique on its own, and I like that fact a lot. Again, I haven't made a whole lot of progress on it. I put it back down, and after messing with it for about 20 minutes. Next on the list, this one hurts me. And it hurts me because I care. I've been playing Slain, what was it, Back from Hell or some shit like that. Whatever.
Is that the game on the eShop that looks like a blatant ripoff of Doom, where the cover art or like the image art? Or is that different?
I think you might be thinking of something else. Yeah, Slain.
It's like a 2D. Is it pixel? Was it 2D pixelated?
Oh yeah, it is, and that's where it hurts me here.
Oh,
so this had all the makings of what should have felt like Castlevania mixed with some heavy metal influence.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is this. Thus far that I've played, it's extremely linear, which is not inherently bad. I'm okay with that. I would have really liked it if it felt more like Castlevania mixed with some heavy metal, but it's passable. My problem is this. It is the art design is way too busy to try and do that on a 16-bit style. This is a game that honestly should have been done with very clean, crisp, high-def visuals, because everything looks muddy. It's too busy to try and put it on those few pixels. It just doesn't work. And that's the real shame here. This is something that had so much potential, and it almost delivered, but it missed it on that mark, and that mark hurt it so much that it's frustrating to play. It's visually difficult to play because trying to decipher what something is next to impossible. And that's fucking criminal in this game.
I know they had to patch it. I think they patched it like last month or something, because when it first came out, they said they had problems.
I have no idea about it. I can only speak to it as it is right now, and that's what I can tell you. I mean, mechanics-wise, it plays just fine. It's plenty fun. You know, it's move along the screen and hack and slash so far, and I've not played much of it because I just with me feeling the way that I was, I could not focus enough to try and get past that visual problem. But I did also finish SteamWorld Dig 2. I actually finished that while I was sitting in the ER getting pumped full of IV fluids at one point. I'm glad I'm done with it. I liked it. I had fun with it. I'm glad I'm done with it. I don't think I will go back to it anytime soon. I am totally ready to rebuy the first SteamWorld as soon as it hits my Switch, though. And I will still probably replay it on my 3DS still.
I wonder if they're going to do like a full-on collection, like physical full-on, where they add...
They did for the other systems.
They did. I know there was one for Wii U.
They did with Dig and Heist.
I mean, adding everything for 1, and 2, and I think
I would double dip on that. I will say I liked the fact that the end of SteamWorld Dig 2 did actually give a lead into Heist, because when Heist came out, there was really no connection between Dig and Heist. So the fact that they put that connection there, I like. I really appreciate that fact. It's minor and it's stupid, but I like the fact that it's a loose end that they connected and tied up.
Was Heist supposed to be like 1.5 or like a side story?
No, Heist was just a different game set in the same universe.
Okay.
That's all it was. It had nothing to do with Dig. It wasn't an in-between or anything like that. So really, chronologically, what's happened is SteamWorld Dig, Dig 2, then Heist.
Then Heist, okay.
Because the end of Dig 2 shows them getting onto the rocket ship to leave for outer space, which is where Heist happens, is in space, because it's, you dock up next to another ship and you fucking invade them and you raid their shit.
Okay.
So, anyways... also been playing, I've been digging back into a little bit more of Mummy Demastered, which is excellent. It unlike Slain, it does work with the pixelated, 16-bit look. Good on you. Keep up the good work. Fantastic. I don't think I would have recognized the problem with Slain so much had it not been for the fact that somebody posted, is anybody getting tired of seeing these retro-style games yet? And I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not tired of it, but Slain made me realize that not every game needs to be that way. Some games, in order to achieve what you really want your vision to be, you have to come into the modern. Yes, the retro aesthetic has its place, and it's great for a lot of things. But you as a developer and as an artist have to know when it is and is not applicable.
Well, you have to think of budget, though. You got to think of what program that they're using, if it's going to even give them that different style. Because if they're on the tight budget and they could get pixelated 16-bit off of Unity and it's quicker, cheaper, and easier, where are they can focus on
they
working
gotta
on...
clean up what they're putting out there, because what they put out there is almost unreadable.
That is true. Well, and that's when playtesting comes into play.
And somebody there should have seen it and known better and said, we can't ship this.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Well,
it really is.
It's one of those success stories where if you see that this style of graphics is becoming very popular and there's becoming a success story, someone else is going to jump on it. Don't forget, Metroidvania for indies was a plenty because it was a success story for a lot of developers.
Yeah.
And so people jumped on that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, brings me to the end of what I've been playing this week. And it brings me to the first piece of news that I'm dying to fucking talk about here. We already know that Hollow Knight's coming towards the end of February. And you've heard me talk about this, that I want this, and I'm sad that, it wasn't happening. Well, Thursday, God bless their little hearts. Motion Twin just announced that when the 1.0 version of Dead Cells finally hits, it's coming to fucking Switch. And I fucking lost my shit at work as soon as I saw that announcement. Oh my God, I was through the roof. I was still sick and then ended up vomiting later that day, but God, I was happy while I was doing it. So I am beyond pumped that Dead Cells is fucking coming to consoles. That shit just thrills me to death. I've been drooling over footage of this game since like May when it hit early access. And if you've not seen anything on it yet, you should.
I think that I think the interest, because even me and you was talking about it last week or the week before about Dead Cells needed to be on Switch, and then just people talking about it and stuff. I think people have revisited Dead Cells and was just like, okay, yes, now I see why this game needs to be on Switch. I think people were just revisiting because it's been out on PC for a while, but it didn't really get no talk.
It's been in early access, but the thing is there's enough reason to revisit it because they are frequently updating. Motion Twin didn't commit the cardinal sin of early access, which is dump it out there and don't do anything to it for a year and a half and then just leave it to die. Motion Twin put out the early build and then kept adding to it because they're still working on it, and there's an actual finished product in mind.
There was like really no kind of news for its updates. I guess if you weren't into the community, because you heard people talk about how good Dead Cells was, it did numbers, and then it kind of just faded away because people were playing other stuff. So with people now just revisiting, because like I said, me, you was talking, I just seen like all on my social media that people were visiting Dead Cells, and it was just like, yeah, this game needs to be on Switch. And I think after we like talked about it, maybe a few days later, it had got announced for Switch.
Yeah, because that was just a couple days ago that they announced that, and I was just so unbelievably happy. Like that's. I want it. The only thing that they didn't do is give us a firm date yet. They just said sometime 2018, and that they're basically planning on releasing it day and date with the PC 1.0 version. So, which is the finished product.
I think because it's going to be like 4 levels. It's supposed to be. I think. The first version, like the complete version.
I think the original early access had like 4 sections to it, and they've been adding to that. And if I remember correctly, when it first hit early access, they said finished product will be about twice as big as this.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be pretty sizable.
Because I was wondering when they bring it to Switch, because Switch really doesn't have like an early access or anything. I was kind of thinking like, well, I wonder if they're going to try to word it as like episodic in a sense. Like this is the
it's going to be full product. It's when they release it, it's done. That's it.
And then they'll just update it.
If there's anything to update, yes.
Okay.
So, I know the other thing I played. I played some Rocket League on my Switch because I picked that up today finally. And fuck you, Psyonix. Fuck you for having to make me make that decision. I fucking hate you.
Why? Because I seen your name come up on my Switch while you was playing it. I'm like,
$20 to download, $40 for a hard copy.
And which one did you do?
You know damn well I bought a hard copy.
So hush it.
Well, the hard copy comes with a bunch of extra stuff.
Not like that much. It's got a couple of like little DLC things, and I will say the art cell in there is really pretty. It's all foil stamped and awesome, but still, it's not $40. Seriously,
like I said,
I'd have paid $30 and not bitch that hard. But no, the other physical copies are $30.
They're $40 at some places.
They're $40.
They're not. I've seen them $30 everywhere.
I've been selling them for $40.
Not Xbox One and PS4.
Yes, I have. It might be a price difference because of some stores, but I've been selling them mugs at $40.
Oh, you're talking just Rocket League. I thought you were talking Switch games.
Oh no,
no, Rocket League.
No,
Rocket League's like. I thought Rocket League was $20.
No,
well, digital's $20. Their hard copies have been $30.
The hard copies for Xbox One and PS4 on Amazon are $27.45.
Told you.
But that's Amazon.
$30.
Yeah, but it says
regular
$29.99.
Amazon.
It says
It's
$29.99 crossed out, and then it says sale price
Sale price.
$27.
Told you. $30. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm just saying my job.
Your job is ripping people the fuck off then.
Because
no wonder
everybody,
it's closed.
because guess what? Because everybody comes, look, I know, because everybody comes to my job to buy Rocket League. Every time I go to Target or Best Buy, their Rocket Leagues
If
are
you bought
already.
a copy of Rocket League from Eddie on PS4 or Xbox One and you paid $40, you should know he pocketed 10 of them.
I didn't pocket nothing.
Your store online has Rocket League for Xbox One and PS4 for $29.99 with free shipping.
Told you, Eddie is pocketing $10
I'm
a
not
copy.
pocketing $10. I'm not pocketing $10.
Eddie's a goddamn con man.
And plus their online is different than our in store because they could throw sales on it. But because we were setting out of Rocket League for Xbox One and PS4,
Jacked up the price.
they might actually had gone up in price because every time we get a copy in for those systems, they're gone. But it sucks that we keep getting like 1 or 2 copies.
Yeah, don't go surge pricing video games, Eddie. That's bad business. That's why your store's closing.
That's not me. I'm search price nothing.
I'm just checking prices online.
I just lead people who want to buy video games to the Nintendo section.
But yeah, $40 for the Switch copy of Rocket League fucking hurt, and I am not happy about it.
You're not happy, but you bought it anyway. You complaining because you bought something that you know good and well you had the decision not to buy it, but you just said, F the decision, I'm going to buy it anyway.
I know, because I like to actually physically own my games whenever possible.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't want to tentatively rent.
Mm-hmm. Gamefly.
No, even digital is technically renting.
I
don't care how you spin it, but
renting the license.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if I own it, I should be able to resell it. Can't do that digital, which is still bullshit. But in any case, so there it is. I bought it, but all the same, fuck you for that shit, Psyonix.
Okay, you're gonna be mad and you're gonna still play and forget that you mad about it within the week.
Oh, I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna be salty that it's $40.
You're not gonna be salty. I bet you forget about it.
Oh no, I'm gonna
bring
be
it out.
salty.
Mm-hmm.
I will still be fucking salty. You have no idea how long I can hold a pissed off grudge about that shit.
I'm gonna give you to next week.
Watch, it's gonna be 3 months later. I'm still gonna fucking bitch about it.
I'll probably be down there. Look, I'll probably be down there when you played it. It's just like, you're just having fun with me.
So, that aside, though, as far as how it runs, it looks great on Switch. It plays great on Switch. I wish they had gotten the hard copy out sooner. It would have made it easier for me to bite the bullet. But all the same, it's here now. I finally have it. It makes me happy. I love the music in the lobby. I will still just let that shit play in the background.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how in the hell I unlock the Samus battle car because it's not unlocked by default.
That's dumb.
I think you have.
The Mario Luigi one is.
I think you just have to.
That's even worse.
I think you have to continue playing. Well, they said that you had to unlock it through normal play. They said that in the E3 Direct.
They didn't say much of anything about it in the E3 Direct other than it was happening.
I thought that it might have been that September or October Direct when they showed it. It might have been October Direct.
I'll get there. It's an objective for me now. So, but yeah, there's also been a bunch of other way cool shit announced coming to Switch here in the last week or so. But Dead Cells was the one that had me hyped. So really for me, between Dead Cells and Hollow Knight, I feel very happy and complete on the things that are coming to my Switch.
It's so weird that they mentioned Dead Cells for Switch more than they mentioned it for PS4.
It's because they know where the audience is.
Plus,
That shit.
plus PS4 is getting Iconoclast first, so like, I don't know. Iconoclast looks amazing, by the way.
Yeah, I heard it was really good.
I hope it comes to Switch. I'm gonna try to hold out because like I really want to play that game, but I want to wait for it.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm getting that this weekend too. Hopefully, it is good. It just sucks that it came out the week of Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball Fighters. Because people will focus more on those two
Fighters.
games.
I'm debating the Monster Hunter thing, but I don't know. Everything that came out this week just didn't interest me except for Celeste. I don't know.
There is some good stuff on sale on the eShop too. I almost broke and bought Doom on the eShop because it was like almost $20 off.
It's not bad. Hope it gets to the
No,
money.
I mean they've got some really solid sales on there. Like Arms is like almost $20 off, and I think the other one, I think the Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle is like super discounted too.
Plus, they're doing that sale again where if you buy the digital copy, you get the season pass for free.
Nice.
If you buy the deluxe edition, it's $59.99.
So, but yeah, there's some really, really good sales happening on the eShop right now. So, if you haven't yet already, go check it out. Pick up some like big AAA titles for like 20 per, like a third off. It's awesome.
Yeah, I kept forgetting to get Blossom Tale. And I'm like, dang it, I'll just buy that Friday.
Oh yeah, I played that too.
I'm still not sold on picking that up yet. I'm wavering, and I will probably get there eventually. I think I'm going to hold off until I plow through more of the huge pile of games that I've bought recently, and probably play a few demos along the way.
Well, I know I have to definitely put like $60 way to the side for Bayonetta 2 collection because that is a must. That is a must for February.
I don't care
what I don't care what you say about to say. I need my Bayonetta on the go. I need my fix
hyped
badly.
for it. I'm glad it's happening. I'm just disappointed that they're going that same route as the Resident Evil collection, where one of them is a fucking download.
I know that upsets me. I mean, like for Resident Evil, it didn't really upset me because I'm not like a huge Resident Evil fan. But for something like Bayonetta, like why wouldn't you just release one? Why wouldn't you just release them separately and sell them each for $40?
Yeah,
I think because it's just easier that way of releasing.
No excuse,
like,
Ed.
The
no
game
excuse.
And then doing the other one.
Bullshit.
Nintendo doesn't do easy.
I don't care. Guess what? I'm still getting it. I'm going to play it probably for half of 2018 over and over. Hershey.
It's just upsetting all the same.
But you just going to have to be upset. Because guess what?
We are upset.
That's what you white folks going to have to be. Because this black Negro right here is going to enjoy every minute of playing the game.
You know what I'm upset about, Ed? My Y button on my gray Joy-Con is sticky.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
No.
So, that's what I'm upset about. That's a legit reason to be upset.
Okay, I want your blue color. I actually want your blue color, but in a Pro controller. That's what I want for my Switch now.
Well, my blue ones are fine, but I think this is a good opportunity for me to get the replacement shells, the white ones from Amazon with the real D-pad, and like maybe tinker with it. I think this is a good time to do it.
Tinker.
And I'll probably mess it up really bad, but because I'm not smart, but it's okay.
Shit, I still need to give me a Switch case.
News-wise, though, really the biggest news this week is that everything is coming to Switch. Holy shit. I swear there was like 20 things announced that were all coming to Switch this week, and it just made me happy inside.
We have
and I actually have all the stores pulled up for Pow Block.
Heck, we did an episode about it.
Breakdown. Make sure you all tune into Pow Block this week.
Shit, we did a bonus episode about it.
I just found like we did a bonus episode and I literally posted it the next day and it was already out of date and we recorded at 11 o'clock at night.
Right. But
And
see,
the next
it was
day
so.
when it posted, it was already out of date. I'm
I mean,
like,
it was.
come on.
I mean, because we did it at night. We did it on a Thursday, and then that Friday, because I even messaged you that there was like 2 more games that got announced.
Yeah, you
and,
texted me like Zeo Drifter and then something else. I
well,
forget what it was.
We knew Zeo Drifter was coming, but we didn't have an
Yeah, but
official date.
they had a date. They gave us a date, literally like 4 hours later. I'm like, come on.
And then like Night in the Woods ended up
Who announces
getting
a
a date.
release date at 3:00 in the morning?
Apparently, whoever puts out Switch games, that's who.
Well, it's going to be out of date again because tomorrow, on actual Monday, there's going to be some more announcements.
You know what? You know what game we didn't add to the list, Ed? And this is how I meant to open the show today, but I forgot about it until I opened up the stories I had for Power Block.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq Fu is getting a physical release on Switch.
Yeah. Hot damn.
I want to turn into a raccoon and eat garbage instead of playing the
What's
garbage.
awesome
man.
is that I will be able to determine if I want to physically pay for that because I'm getting a free copy.
I know. April 3rd, guys. April 3rd.
Ugh, goodness,
It's
please.
about fucking time.
Why can't this be an April Fool's joke? Ugh.
What
You
do
know
you care? I don't
Shaq?
care because I'm getting it for free, so screw you.
Shaq Fu's going to be awesome.
This game's gonna
I'm
be-
getting this just because Shaq Fu is amazing.
I'm just going to
I'm getting it because I ponied up for NBA Playgrounds.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
be on that. I'm just going to be on that Power Block with a big box of healthy garbage bags. And once
Fine.
you start
I'm gonna-
talking, I'm going to put it.
I'm gonna email Shaquille O'Neal's publicist, and we're just gonna do Power Block that day.
That's
I'm gonna
completely
do Power
fine.
Block with Shaq.
God. Email his public. See if we can get him to come on and talk about starring in a new Shaq Fu game.
Yes.
Talk about his
Yes.
rap album.
Yeah, we can do that too. We can talk about if there's a sequel to Kazam in the works.
Ooh,
Right.
goodness!
Yeah. What
Why
else was
did you
he
get
in?
paid
Shaq was
for
in something else.
garbage?
We could also get him to talk to us about Icy Hot.
Yeah, I need some. My back hurts real bad. See if he's giving out free samples.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, God, I think that means we've just hit the mark there, guys. So, as always, you can find us at our home on ShotEngine.com, the NGR YouTube channel. Make sure you check us out there along with all the other awesome stuff like the aforementioned Nintendo Power Block. Also pick us up on iTunes, Google Play Music, like the Facebook page. Check out the Twitch channel where we rebroadcast old episodes for your entertainment. And listening suffrage. Yeah, that's the Twitter. Yeah, follow on the Twitters. That's a thing too.
You want to give them the Twitter thing to follow us at?
If you haven't figured it out by now, you're a lost cause.
Give them the Twitter.
World1_1 podcast. Find us on the Twitters.
can I say something real quick?
You can always say something.
I just want to say that Shaq Fu's power-ups are named after every nickname he ever had in the NBA.
This is depressing.
Yes.
Big Diesel, Big Aristotle, Big Daddy O, and the Backbreaker. I just want to point it out. This is the official press release for Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn.
We have reached the Great Depression Part 3.
Oh,
You can
no.
wield
Don't do the
katanas,
son.
shurikens, and baseball bats, as well as master devastating combos by letting Shaq rip against his enemies. I think that's supposed to say rap.
Wow.
This is a
I
mess.
just that they actually got Shaq to voice himself in the game.
Oh, that's
I knew he was doing the commercials, but he's actually voicing himself.
That's so awesome.
Battle outlandish celebrity bosses with special skills, power-ups, and
What
old-fashioned
celebrities did they
martial
get the
arts.
rights to for this?
It doesn't say.
God damn it! I need to know who I have to look forward to killing.
Uh,
Who am I doing combat with?
I had no idea.
This is a hot mess.
Oh, God.
In Shaq Fu, players take control of the unstoppable Shaquille O'Neal as he fights his way through the hordes of hell and Hollywood. That's all it says. It's literally all it says.
Aren't those two kind of the same, though?
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well. All right, boys and girls, that's it. Corey, thank God you're back.
Yay, video.
Yay.
Stuff.
Things.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. It's been fun. It just hasn't been real fun. We'll see you back again next week. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.